Yes, hello. My name is Matt Davis. I'm a sports director here at the White Rock YMCA. This will serve as our fall 2017 flag football coaches meeting and parent participant informational. So what we'll do is we will talk about the league rules, and then we'll go into league information and make sure everybody's on the same page heading into this football season. So thank you for your time, and we'll get rolling. So as far as the rules are broken down in two separate divisions, really. First, we can talk about this kinder through second grade. Kinder through second grade, you're going to play 6 versus 6. The minimum players to start a game is 5. The game time length is one 20-minute half, one 15-minute half, followed by a 10-play series. As part of that final 10-play series, extra points do not count towards one of your 10 plays. You will have a 5-minute halftime. Player substitution is open. As far as downs to gain for a first down or a touchdown, in kinder through second, you have 3 downs to gain midfield, which is where the first down would be, or three downs to gain a touchdown, 3 downs to score. As far as the pass-run ratio, kinder to second grade is 1 pass for every 3 plays. So 2 runs in a row, you need to pass on that third play. If you run, you can run, pass, run. You can run, pass, run. All that good stuff, but every 3 plays you need to have at least 1 pass. The quarterback is a kid. As far as snaps are allowed from the side. The field size for kinder through second grade is a 56 by 30. That's in yards. That's the field. The ball size is peewee. Interception and returns are allowed. The pass clock is for kinder through second is 15 seconds. Rushing the quarterback is not allowed. The play clock is 45 seconds. Delay of game penalty is a loss of down. You get 2 30-second timeouts per half. And you have the option on your 2-point conversion to either go for 1 or for 2. For 1 is at the 5-yard line, which is a no-run zone, so it has to be a pass. Or you can go for 2 points from the 10-yard line, and you can either run or pass. So those are the rules for your kinder through second. For third through sixth, you're still going to play 6 versus 6. You need 5 to start a game. The time length is the same. You can play one 20-minute half, followed by a 15-minute half, and then a 10-play series. Substitution, again, is open. As far as downs to reach midfield or to score, for third and up, you will have 4 downs. The pass-run ratio is none. So you can run it all or you can pass it all, whichever you'd like. The snaps are between the legs, so that's a traditional snap, just like you see on Sundays or Saturdays or Friday nights. As far as the field size is a 70 by 35 field. The ball size is for third and fourth is peewee, and for fifth and sixth is the TDJ Junior. Interception returns are allowed. The pass clock is 7 seconds. Rushing the quarterback is allowed from 7 yards. So what that means is where the yard marker, the ball marker is, there will be an adjacent marker to that marker, 7 yards marked off to where that defensive rusher can rush from that 7-yard line to go pull the flag. The play clock is 30 seconds. Delay of game penalty is 5 yards and replay down. You will get 2 30-second timeouts, and same thing on the extra point. If you take it from the 5-yard line, it's a no rush zone. If you go for 2, it's instead of 10, it's at 12 yards, which you can pass or throw. So just be mindful of that. As far as what I mean by the no run zones, okay, the way the field is set up, the field will be coned off for everything except the pylons, which will make up the end zones. Midfield is, of course, going to be in the middle of the field. So if it's the 56-yard field, it's going to be at the 28-yard line. And if it's the 70 yards, it's going to be at the 35-yard line. What the midfield is, it'll be signified by a different colored cone. Those cones are usually yellow. Everything else is an orange cone. And then, of course, the pylons are orange, and they are differentiated from a cone. So you'll have midfield. On either side of midfield will be a 5-yard cone. Those represent the no-run zones. So what I mean by no-run zone is if you are inside of that, but you still have midfield to gain, or you're still trying to score a touchdown, once you're inside the no-run zone, you can't run. Of course, if you're still out of the no-run zone, you can, of course, run. There will also be the no-run zone going into the end zones. So another orange cone will be set up 5 yards from the end zone going in. When you start a series, a team will start on their 5-yard line going out. So again, that's when we say you've got 3 downs to gain midfield if you are kinder through second, and you've got 4 downs to gain midfield if you are third and up. So just be mindful of that. Interceptions will, if you were to intercept a ball but you didn't score, you can pick it. Your team can start from there, from where the flag was pulled. As far as dead balls are the ball must be snapped, of course, between the legs or to the side, depending if it's kinder through second or third through sixth. But as far as dead balls, that would occur when the ball carrier's flag is pulled, the carrier steps out of bounds, a touchdown or safety is scored, of course. The ball carrier's knee hits the ground, the ball carrier's flag falls out. Note that there are no fumbles. The ball is spotted where the ball hits the ground. A backwards pass or a lateral that hits the ground would be considered a fumble, with the ball being dead where it hits the ground. If the ball is dead in the offensive team's end zone, it is a safety. The quarterback now may pick up an errant or drop snap in the area where they are standing, snaps over the quarterback's head, or return to the spot and a loss of down. This is up to the referee's discretion. So just be sure to be mindful of that as well. Okay, as far as attire, each team either will be provided with flags or will need to bring their own flags. Each player needs a flag to play, of course. They will also need a mouthpiece, so be sure that we have that as well. As far as coaches on the field, you can have one offensive and one defensive coach on the field to help call plays and get people set up as well. Okay, as far as the other league rules, now there's a league packet that I will send out to all the coaches, and it goes more in depth and in details to what the rules are and specifics that you can read over as well. So that sums up the league rules. We'll go into league information, and everybody should be okay. I didn't mention it before, but what we've done in the past and we'll continue to do is interleague with the Lake Highlands YMCA. By interleaguing, we're able to increase our division size, so it gives teams a better experience to where they're not playing the same team every week. If the division was low in numbers for either the White Rock or the Lake Highlands location by themselves, so that's why we do interleague. As far as interleaguing, there will be games at the Lake Highlands site as well as at the White Rock site. As far as games being at the White Rock site, those will take place on Friday nights at Glencoe Park. And with Saturdays, it'll be at Forest Meadows where it was this last season. Games typically will be between 6 and 8 o'clock on Friday nights, and between 9 to around 3-ish on Saturdays. So that's when the games are. As far as the schedules will be released by the end of next week. So Friday the 25th, they should be available. Aside from your schedules, I need your conflict dates. Conflict dates are times that you know your team will not be able to play. Now, I will allow each team to give me 2 conflict dates. Keep in mind that if you know your team is going to go on an adventure guide camp out or something else through the Y, we will have games the same weekends that are those campouts. So be sure to put that down as one of your conflict dates if that is a conflict for your team. Please get that to me by Wednesday at noon, so I can be sure I have enough time to get the schedules done. As far as your rosters, you will receive your rosters early this next week. We're still working on a few things, so be prepared for that email as well. If there's players that are missing on your team that you know will still be signing up, they can still sign up. They just need to register here at the Y in person. They will need to let the front desk know that they are on a team, but there won't be any problem there getting them registered. We're not taking any new players without teams currently, so if you are on a roster and you still haven't signed up, you still can. You just have to register here at the Y. As far as teams that still need players, just let me know. I will add players to your team if you need them. If there's players missing or if there's a change that needs to be made, just email me and we'll get that fixed on the roster. As far as new teams, once players are placed on teams that need players, I will build new teams according to grade, and then from there I may have to send out an email to the parents for that team asking for someone to step up to coach. As far as coaching, I know everybody in the past has filled out that volunteer application packet. Now, whether you did it this season or you've done it in the past, it's now all online. So you'll receive a link from me via email to where you can go in and actually register to be a volunteer coach online. It's the same material. You will also still have to watch the child abuse protection training as part of the requirements. So please keep that in mind as well. As far as practices, the practices are coordinated by the coach. The coach can pick the location, time of day, and day of week. Excuse me. I do have field space blocked off. Now it's both for flag and soccer. The field space that I have Hexter, Mata, and then I have another location through White Rock Methodist. Now those times that practices will be available is Monday through Friday from 5 to 8. It's a first come first serve type thing with kind of a gentleman's agreement between the teams to learn kind of where everybody practices. After the first week, you should get used to where everybody is, but it's plenty of green space, and it just gives us makes it to where I have something available for you to practice on. Now, if you wanted to practice at one of the Dallas Parks sites or at a different school, there may be some protocol as far as the schools going through their offices to be able to obtain a reservation that way. And then I know with Dallas Parks, you're going to have to obtain a reservation through them. Additionally, the coach is responsible for uniforms, so you can coordinate your uniform with your team. You can be any team names as long as it's appropriate, colors, all that good stuff. The uniform vendor that I would suggest, but you don't have to use, is Dallas East Sports. That's 10244 Garland Road. I'll go ahead and once you have your roster and your team is set, go ahead and get that order in for your jerseys as soon as possible. It takes about 7 to 10 days to get to get those jerseys returned. The season start date is September 8th, so that's a Friday, and we will play an 8-game season, just like we did before. As far as rainouts, when we have rain, we'll work around those as well. I will provide medals for the team, and we will also have a picture date. I will send more information on the picture date when we get closer, or within the week. And also, as a part of this video, I will also send a follow-up with everything that we kind of outlined to the coaches. So, if you need to refer back to something, there will be a hard copy email sent out as well. So, thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to a great season, and have a good day.